Welcome to High Performing Systems e-learning series. Today's topic is on building stress resilience in organizations. This is part 3 in a 3-part series. Our presenter is Dr. Dick Thompson, a senior executive and award-winning organizational psychologist with over 30 years experience helping leaders, teams, and organizations maximize performance.
In part 3, we're going to discuss the third key to building a stress-resilient organization, adaptability. And just a quick reminder about organizational resilience and what it is. Just remember, it's when an organization has the people and the systemic structure that provides it the agility, strength, flexibility to be able to adapt to sudden enormous stress and change and be able to recover quickly. Organizations experience stress every day, and how they respond determines how well they perform, ranging from not performing well and being unsuccessful to poor to great, good to great. Every organization can be better than it is today if it is resilient enough. And if we talked about it before, we said that an organization moving along here, when it encounters a stressor, it will drop off into this trough. Some organizations, if they don't have enough resilience, will continue to decline until it goes out of business or someone buys it. Hopefully, your organization has enough resilience that it's able to start adapting and pull the organization out of this trough. So we're going to talk about those today. In the past, we've looked at people and talked about the impact of people in the organization and how you build their stress resilience. We've talked about the impact of the systemic structure of the organization and how it influences resilience. And today, we're going to focus on the adaptation factor. And as we think about this, remember that Darwin said, it's not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent. It's the one who has the most ability to adapt to change. And this adaptability is what allows you to be able to survive. When we think about adaptability, think about being able to sense the environment, always looking for ways to adapt to the economy, to the marketplace, to the competition, find better, more efficient ways to do things, and being flexible. Once you obtain information about what's happening out in the environment, then you need to have the flexibility in your people and in your systemic structure to allow you to be able to flex, to adapt to what you need to do. You also need to be innovative and be able to come up with new and innovative ways to meet the needs of your customers and be able to compete in the marketplace. Finding ways to improve all your processes and finding ways to do it very quickly. When the environment changes, you need to change quickly. So you're looking for it. And you're always making adjustments. You're always fine-tuning, trying to be as efficient and effective as you can at producing your products, while at the same time looking at the environment, predicting when it's going to change, and remaining true to the mission and vision of the company while adapting within the boundaries that you have. What typically happens is when hard times hit, most organizations circle the wagons. Think about what happened in 2008 with the economic crisis. Companies around the world started circling the wagons, cutting costs, especially costs with people, and that led to downsizing, and a lot of people went home. Cutting training, especially leadership training or any type of people training. Organizations stopped taking risks because they were afraid. So they stayed inside their little circle of wagons. They cut major business projects that could have helped them be more profitable and survive easier. And they would start to focus on the really important expenses, like meals and hotel discounts, to the extreme and to the exclusion of focusing on how to produce their product or service and meet the needs of their clients and bring in revenue. And they would create bureaucracies to start reviewing everything within the organization and costing, in a lot of cases, more money to do that than they were saving with their reviews. So if you do have to circle your wagons, do it only long enough to regroup and then keep moving. The key to be resilient is movement. You have to keep moving all the time. One of the common responses to hard times is the bunker mentality. When you circle those wagons, everyone wants to go in the bunker. The bunker creates a false sense of security. Part of the problem is once you're in the bunker, you can't see the market. You can't see the opportunities. You can't see the customers. You can't see the competition. And you don't know what's going on outside. You might feel relatively safe in there, but you don't know what's going on. And in the meantime, while you're in there, you'll begin to lose some of your best talent. You lose all of your momentum because you're not moving forward now. And the longer you stay in the bunker, the more difficulty you're going to have getting people to come out. And when you finally do come out of the bunker and look around, you're in a different environment. The environment has changed on you, and now you don't know where you are, you don't know what you need to do, you don't know where the competition is. So it's almost like you're stunned when you walk out of the bunker and start to look around, and the bright sunlight blinds you to the landscape out there. So before, when I talked about you got to keep moving, that's what you want to do. Don't hide, don't circle the wagons, don't crawl in the bunker, because that puts you at a major disadvantage and might prevent you from being able to pull out of that nosedive that we saw on the graph a little earlier. So what are you going to do? What are some things that you can do during the hard times? Well, one is direct, visible leadership. And that's getting all the leaders out, getting them visible, letting people see them, letting people hear them. And this includes the CEO. The CEO and the executive team should be out among the employees, talking to them, communicating. Communicating is critical. This is what's going on. This is what we're doing. And being transparent. We might be having some hard times now, and here's what we're doing to rectify that. Truncate your goals. You still maintain your vision and your mission and your strategic goals, but you might have to spend more time now focusing on your operational and tactical goals, your shorter-term goals, to make sure that you are getting the revenue stream in and maintaining the cash flow. And you use your spidey senses to anticipate what's happening and to be able to act on it very quickly. Conduct numerous in-progress reviews at all levels so that you're constantly looking at the information, sharing the information. You can sense when you need to change, when something's working, when it's not working. And remember, you're part of a system. And as we saw earlier, systems can be slow to change sometimes. So just because you implement a change this afternoon doesn't mean that tomorrow you're going to see the results of it. It may take weeks or months or longer in some cases, depending on what the change is, before you see any results. So you have to be careful not to get into the knee-jerk reactions. Find and use the latest technology that will help you adapt to whatever the changes are in the market. And like I said before, communicate. Start communicating right from the beginning. Communicate all the way through. That helps prevent rumors. It helps people to feel more secure. And it will keep your organization moving. And when you think about adaptation, remember that the ability to adapt to stress varies by person and intensity, duration, and type of stressors that they're encountering. And everyone in the organization has a level of stress beyond which they can no longer adapt. At the same time, this is also true for organizations. There's a level of stress that the organization will or can reach or might reach beyond which it's not able to adapt, and you don't want to allow the organization to get there. So you have to keep moving, take the actions that we've been talking about. And throughout the presentation, we've been suggesting that, particularly down at the people level, that using a tool like the Arsenal can help make a lot of changes, particularly toward enhancing the resilience within the organization. And when you can enhance that resilience, people will be able to use more of their emotional intelligence capacity, more of their cognitive ability. Relationships will become better. Job performance will go up. Stress comes down. Health costs go down. More effective decisions are made. And that leads to higher resilience, which leads back into all of these different components and results that I was just talking about that makes them stronger. So you get this positive reinforcing loop that helps the organization perform better as it's becoming more and more resilient. So when we think about people, people are the building blocks of organizations. They're critical. Having the right people in the right job at the right time. And then the structure is the fabric that holds the people together in the organization. And it's critical for how you're going to adapt to the future and what you can do. There are leverage points within that structure where you can make a small change and get big results, and you want to find those. And then adaptability allows organizations to be resilient, to survive, and to grow during hard times. And I realize that what we've done is really just scratch the surface in this brief talk about the 3 keys for building a stress-resilient organization. For more detailed information, contact us today. You can also find the Stress Effect book on Amazon.com, and it has a lot of information about building resilience in the organization, being able to maintain the cognitive ability, being able to maintain the emotional intelligence in the organization, being able to use the Arsenal, and getting metrics along the way at these different organizational levels to be able to perform better. And if you have more questions, like I say, contact us and let's talk about it. And I want to thank you for being with us through these 3 parts, and look forward to talking to you soon.
Thank you for viewing. For more information and resources on building stress resilience or to take the Arsenal assessment, please visit our website, www.hpsys.com. High Performing Systems is a recognized leader in using a systems approach to help leaders, teams, and organizations improve performance. We provide consulting, assessments, coaching, and training for organizations worldwide.